Welcome to the channel. This is Waga. As always, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, leave a comment in the comment section, and yeah, you can start the repository in GitHub. We're going to continue with where we left off, and what we're going to be working on today is the messaging page. But there's one thing I wanted to fix in the last piece of code, and I believe we forgot one line when we came to this. When we're making this pointed bubbles, essentially, what we need to do is at the end of the box decoration, on the pointed bubbles after the radius, the border radiuses, radii is a plural of radiuses, radii. I'm guessing at the end of the border radiuses, we need to give it a bit of padding. So we could come here and say padding, and this is going to be edge inserts dot all. And the value is going to be size dot height, and we multiply this by 0.01. So very basic, but we could just run that first. Continue. There's a second and final correction. In the second wrap, when you get to the second padding, I believe we copied this line, and this line is a bit this padding after the container with the ternary here. This second padding should be padding dot all like so, and after that, instead of vertical, this should we should get rid of the vertical because it's not symmetric, and we hit save like so. And basically those are the two changes, the two corrections we should make on our messages widget. And now we can now move on to the messaging page. Continue. And for that, we come into the messaging folder and we click on messaging like so, and we get rid of the text that we had earlier. This was just for illustration to show us to check whether or not we navigate to the page, of course. And we could hit save, and let's just get rid of the child text like so. Yeah, like so. So first we're going to need to bring in we've already gotten the current user and the selected user, and what we need here is we need an instance of the messaging repository and the messaging block, right, to fire off the various actions so that we can get the states. So for that we say messaging repository like so equals messaging repository, and we put a semicolon there, and this is going to be of type messaging repository like so. And I think we need to bring it in. It's already been brought in. Praise be the IDE. After that we need the messaging block, and for that we could say messaging block, and we can say messaging block like so. And I think we need to bring this in, and so we import messaging block like so. Yeah, so basically that, and we put a semicolon, of course. And if you look down here, you're going to see this is a text, what's it called, text editing controller. So for that we could come to the top here like so, and we're going to have we're going to say it's going to be called message text controller, message text capitalized controller, which is going to be text editing controller like so. Put a semicolon there and tell that about it. We could say text editing controller like so. So basically we have all the fields we require. And next, unlike this one, in our finalized version, you won't be able to type and send empty messages like you can do here. You won't be able to do that, right? So for that, what we do, we could create a getter that will check whether or not the message text controller has something in it, right? So we could say bool and get is populated or filled or whatever verb you want to use. We're going to use is populated, and this is basically going to check if the message text controller has any text in it, is not empty. Is not empty. So that means somebody has typed something, right? And after that, we are going to disable and enable the submit button based on this. We could say bool is submit button enabled, like so. And this one is just going to take the messaging state, and the messaging state is going to take the messaging state, and this is just going to return is populated, like so, and you can put a semicolon there. So yeah, so basically that's that. And of course we need to initialize our messaging block, because we're not hooking this up to somewhere higher in the widget tree. So basically the entire messaging widget tree starts from here. You will see it from the Flutter inspector. We're going to have a deep dive of Flutter inspector and see how our widgets come out, so that we can see primarily the widget structure for the messages, right? So we're going to do that later on. So one thing we could do, of course, is just type init state, and we could come up here, clean this out, and get our messaging block ready. So we could say messaging block, so that when the widget is inflated, the messaging block also comes online. We could say that. We could say messaging block, and this one has a dependency on the messaging repository, and what we're going to do is simply pass in the messaging repository like that. And so yeah, basically we're done, and we now have to create the form submitted method, and that's what we're going to do next. Before we create the submitted method, we could just dispose of the text editing control after I'm done with it. So for that, we could say dispose like so, and we come here. We've done this several times before in the sign up form, in the sign up form, the login form, and the profile form. So basically we can just speed through this, and what we're going to do here is get the message text controller, not messaging, and what we're going to do is just dispose of it like so. Yeah, and after that we can now create a method which is going to return nothing. It's going to be called on form submitted, like so, and it's not going to take any parameters. And we're going to come here, and first thing we could do is print the word, we could say message submitted, to our console, message submitted, like so, and we put a semicolon, and we come down here, and we're going to use the messaging block to add an event. We could say messaging block, and to add an event you use add, and you come here, and you can put a semicolon at the end, of course. And what we're going to have in between is messaging block. No, we've already done that. We send message. Is it the send message? I think send message event, right, like so. And this one is going to take a message, like so, and this is going to be type message. Then you're just going to type in the fields. Send message, and this is going to be text, like so. Okay, why is this? Messaging block.add, and we get the send message event, and it's supposed to be message or type message and message. Okay, this is going to be the message text controller text. I'm wondering why this is giving us send message event isn't defined in type messaging state. Okay, is it messaging state? So let's just go to the block and check what we called it. Messaging state. So message loaded, say message. Okay. Oh, it's the event. Sorry. Send message. Isn't this what I typed? Send message event. Okay, let's go back to the messaging. Send like so. Okay, maybe I was making a typo, I don't know. Okay, let's import the message model, and I think I thought we had already imported it. Okay, fine, now we have sorted it. I have sorted it on the screen rather than cutting and sorting it out. Anyway, I don't know, maybe I was typing something wrong in there. And that we could say sender ID. The sender ID is going to be, we're going to reach out to the widget, and we say widget dot current user dot UID, like so. And after that, we're going to have the sender name, and this we're going to reach out also to the widget dot current user dot name, like so. And after that, we're going to get the selected user, the person being sent. We could say widget dot selected user dot UID, like so. And the photo is null. The reason the photo is null is photo is null, like so. And you can see it. The reason the photo is null, let's put commas here so that formatter can help us give us the benefit of the full benefit of the thing, is because when you hit the send button, it you can't send a photo. You send a photo or the text. You have to pick one. So this handles the text, this handles the images, and this handles the text. So basically, when you fire this off, you won't be able to send a photo. You can either send, you can't send them both like you can in WhatsApp. I believe I mentioned that. And one thing we could do is, let's say, let me just say, hit send. You notice after we send it, takes a few seconds, but when we send it, we get the, what's it called, the clear. So we need to clear after we send. We need to clear the message, whatever the controller is called, message text controller. So that's what we want, and we hit clear, like so. And so we have made that. We've made the block, the dispose, the init, and that. And after that, the first thing we want to do is, of course, as always, we need to get the size. So you can calculate our widgets. We could say size dot media size, sorry, and this is going to be the media query dot, we check the context, we pass in the context, like so, and we check the size, like so. So we hit that, we hit save, and we come down here, and what we're going to return is, of course, a scaffold like so, and we're going to have an app bar, and this app bar is going to have elevation. And like our other app bars, the app bars in the, is it the splash page, the lots of the login page, the sign up page don't have elevation actually, but here we want a clear delineation between where the messages begin and the rest of the body. So we could come to the scaffold here and say app bar. And this is going to be, I'm going to speed through this section because I'm sure that if you're here, you know what an app bar is, if you have come this far. So you could say background color is background color, like so. We made it in our constant, if you can remember that. That seems like so many videos away. Elevation is going to be size, we could calculate it with the height. Size.height, and we're going to multiply it by 0.02, like so. And the title spacing, let's just give it, let's put the title. The title is going to be a row like this, and in the row we're going to have a main axis alignment, and this is going to be main axis alignment, and we're going to start at the start, right? Remember, titles, you have to center them if you're on Android, because Android normally just, Android works like that. iOS, you don't need to do that. That is only for the app bar, of course, right? I'm sure you follow it. And for the children, we're going to have clip oval. The clip oval is basically for the circle there. And we could have here a child, and the child is going to be a container the container, and for you to get a circle using a clip oval, you have to use the height and the width to be exactly the same. Like a circle with equal height and width. No, an oval with equal height and width is a circle, right? Basic. That's, I'm guessing, common knowledge. There is another. I've forgotten the name of that. That widget. The widget that you use. There's a widget that we could use instead here, which is circular. It usually appears a lot on drawers. It's escaping my mind, but there's a widget. There's a widget that you could use in its stead. Is it the? I don't know. It's just for showing like the image here. There's a specified widget which is very thoughtful of that. But if you want to jerry-rig this, you could just use a clip oval, give it the same height and width, and that's what we're going to do here. It's going to be size.height, and you know it tripped us up a few videos back. I made a mistake dealing with that, but we overcame it, and we could hit Command D to go down, and instead of height here, it's going to be height here, but this is going to be width. But since essentially the height and width are the same, it's just going to be a radius, and it's going to be a circle, right? And after that, we're going to give the clip oval a child, and the child is going to be a photo widget. I believe we built one of those, and the photo widget is just going to take a photo link. Why isn't it helping me? For photo widget, we have not imported it. Okay, let's import it so that it can help us. And it's supposed to have the suggestion of photo link, and the photo link is going to be from the selected user, the person you're sending a message to. We're going to take their photo and put it there, selected user dot photo, like so. And we're going to hit save, and we're going to continue from there. We continue. At the end of the clip oval, we can put a comma here, and come and put a sized box. We say sized box, and the sized box we're going to have it's going to have a width, and the width is going to be size dot width, and we're going to multiply it by 0.0, we could say 3. Let's put 3, right? And after that, after the sized box, so that we can have a bit of space, we're going to put a comma, and we're going to put an expanded widget, and the expanded widget is going to take a child, and the child is going to be the text. The text is going to be widget dot selected user, and we're going to have their name, like so. As you can see here, picture, name, like so. And yeah, and so we put a comma here, and we are done with that. And now we can go to the end of the app bar. We're done with the app bar, everything in the app bar. And after that, we're going to have a body, and the body is going to take a block builder. So we could say body, and let's give ourselves a bit more real estate, and we come here, and the body is going to be a block builder, like so. And we could pass in the various blocks. We could say messaging block and messaging state, like so. But because we're not providing the context, I've explained this before, we have to tell it exactly which block, right? If we were providing the context, like we do it in the sign up form, the login form, and I'm not sure, do we do it in the profile form? Probably, we might. So yeah, we do it, I'm sure we do it in the sign up and the login. So if you check that, you could see over there, we don't have to provide this block here. I've explained that, I think, a few times. So basically, this is going to be messaging block, and of course, this is a block builder, just like a future builder. You have to give it a block and a builder. Future builder, you give it a future and a builder. Yeah, like so. So with the builder, we could say builder here, and it's going to take a context and a state. So we could say build context, and it's going to be of type context, and the state is going to be the messaging state, like so, and this is going to be state, like so. And we're now going to go to the if statements, and the first one is if the if state is the initial state. Where is it? Messaging initial state. That's what we call it. If it's messaging initial state, what we're going to do is we're going to get the block and we're going to add the event messaging block. We're going to add the message stream event. We're going to add the message stream event, and that one takes the, I believe, the current user and the let's put a semicolon here. It takes the current user ID, and for that we need to reach up to the widget dot current user dot UID, and we could put a comma, hit command D, get rid of the comma, and this is going to be selected user ID, the person you're sending the message to, selected user ID, and this is going to be widget dot selected. Come here, widget dot selected user ID, like so. Give ourselves a comma here so that that formatter can help us, and come to the end of this. And the next thing we're going to check is if the state is message loading state. State is messaging, not message, messaging loading state, loading, not loaded, loading state, like so. Wait, messaging loading state. And what we're going to do is we're just going to say, we could return, why isn't it helping? Return, why is, okay, no, I made a mistake here. This is an if statement, so we need this. We could say, and come here and put another one, like so. So we say we return a container, and the container is going to have, let's just return a center, and the center is going to have a child, which is going to be a circular progress indicator, like so. And we're going to come down here and we're going to put that, and we come to the end of this, and we're going to check next if state is message loaded. We can copy this, hit copy, come down here, paste like this, and this is going to be loaded. The state we're checking is message loaded state, like so. Put in the brackets, and what we're going to get is we're going to get the message stream, right? And for that we could say message stream, and this is going to be state dot message stream, like so. And this is going to be a stream of query snapshots, stream of query snapshot, like so. And what we're going to return, we need to import the necessary, which is the Cloud Firestore, right? And remember, if you're sending messages, I think you should use the other database, not the Firestore, the real-time database. It's cheaper. Yeah. So, but we're not going into production with this, so this should be adequate for us. The column is going to have a main axis alignment. Main axis alignment is going to be, we're going to put space between. You could say main axis alignment dot space between, like so. And the children we're going to have go to the widgets, and we're going to have we're going to use a stream builder, like so. The stream builder is going to take, as you would guess, query snapshot. I always thought of it as query snapshots. Why is this complaining? Okay, we could put this, and no, this query, am I spelling it correctly? Query snap, oh yeah, snapshots. I had a typo there. So the query snapshot, it needs a stream. This is a stream builder. So the stream is going to be message, where's the message stream? Why did it jump down all of a sudden when I'm typing? And the builder, of course, the builder is going to take in a context and snapshot, like so. And we're going to check if there's data, as always with snapshots, or most of the time with snapshot. We could say snapshot dot has data, like so. And if there is no data, there's that prompt. Let me go back and we can see it. It's okay, it's supposed to be there. We could say like when you click on this, you'll see it. It says start the conversation. Of course, I'm going to, let's make it a bit bolder. This one looks looks a bit off, so we could say text, and this is going to be start the conversation, like so. Let me just minimize this, and we could say start the conversation question mark question, start the conversation question mark. Put this style. The style is going to be text style, like so. The text style, we could make it font size is going to be 16.0, and font weight is going to be font weight dot bold, like so. So let's save that. Let's put a semicolon here, and we can continue from there. Continue, and after that we check if. We come here and say if snapshot data dot documents dot is not empty, and if it's not empty, we're going to come here and we're going to return an expanded widget, and in it it's going to have a child. The child is going to be a column, like so, yeah, and the children are going to be widgets, and this is going to be an expanded, like so, and in it we're going to have a list view builder. So the child is going to be a list view dot builder, like so. The item builder is going to, we're going to get to that, but first let's come here, let's come up here. First we're going to tell it about the scroll direction. We could say the scroll direction, and this is going to be, of course, vertical. This is going to take a context item builder. This is going to take a context index, like so. And after that, we're going to come here and we're going to return what we were just building a few videos ago. I think it's the immediate form of video. We could say message widget, like so. And I think we need to bring it in. Okay, why isn't it? What did we call it? We called it the we did not give it a name. Class stateful. Oh god. Let's just correct that. Let's correct this. I think we made a mistake here. We should say messaging. Is it messaging or message widget? It's message widget, right? Message widget. So this should be message widget, like so. And we need to correct all the various places we say message widget, like so. And okay, this is going to be we could say message widget, like so, and this is going to be the message widget state, like so. And basically this is going to be message widget state like so, and this is going to be message widget like so. So we have created, we have sorted out the issue. I'm sorry, I didn't realize. You know, the problem is you work on, when you're working with blocks, you work with the block, you work with the repository first, then you work with the blocks, then you work with the UI in that order. So if you make an error there, you have to go and check. And perhaps this is, perhaps when you're building, it's best to muddle your code altogether. Build a bit of the UI, build the repository, build the UI section, then test it like that. That might be a solution to cutting on these errors. But anyway, the advantage is that at the end of everything, we test it and we correct the errors we have made. So where were we? We were in the, I believe, the messaging page, which is this. So we should come here, and now maybe we can import it. We can import the package, the message widget, and we can continue from there. Let's continue. And this one needs a current user ID, and for that we reach upstairs and we go to the widget.currentUser.that, and it also needs I believe a message ID, and the message ID we can get it from the snapshot. We can say snapshot.data.documents, and we get the index, and we just get the document ID. We could get the document ID from that. So basically that's what the message widget needs, and we can come here and we can put a semicolon at the end of the message widget like so. And in the list view builder, we are going to come here and give it an item count. The item count is going to be snapshots dot, basically just the length. We could say documents dot length like so, and we could save that. And after that, we could go to the end of the expanded, the other expanded, this one without the semicolon. We could put a semicolon and come down here, and we're going to say else. We're going to return a center, and the center is going to have a child, and the text is going to be start the conversation like so. Put a question mark there. Put a style. The style is going to be, sorry, text style like so. And I think we did this, and we can just copy the text style, right? We can just come here and say like this, copy and paste like so, and we can put a semicolon here like that. And yeah, and in the stream builder, at the end of the stream builder, we could have a column. At the end of the stream builder, we could have a container, rather, a container, and the container is going to have a width, size dot width. It's going to have a size dot width and a height. The height is not going to be complete. It's going to have a height. The height is going to be size dot height, and we're going to multiply it by 0.06 like so. And the color is going to be colors dot, we could just get a background color like so, a background color like so, and its child is going to be a row like so. You can continue now, and what we're building here is what you see at the bottom, this. And first, I hate these squiggly lines. We could just get rid of them, and for that we could come here to the bottom of column. We'll put a semicolon in column, come down, and we just return an empty container. We could return container like so. So if we do that, the lines go away, and we can now continue building up our row. We can now continue building our row, and the row is going to have that, and the first child is going to be a gesture detector. Gesture, let me capitalize the G. Gesture detector, like so. The gesture detector is going to have, of course, an on tap. On tap method is going to, we're going to make the plus symbol, or the add. Is it the add symbol or the plus symbol? And this is going to be an async. And what we're going to do is we're going to get the photo. So you can say file, photo, and this is going to, we're going to use the package that we brought in the file picker. Let's import this. Whatever it comes from IO, right? So it comes from IO, and here we're going to photo. We're going to await the file picker dot. Let's just import it, file picker. I don't think we have brought it into this page, and it has a method which we used before. It's called getFile. Where do we use it? We use it in the profile screen when you're getting image, right? And this is just going to be the same. It's going to be of type. It's going to be image. So you could say file type.image, like so. And we're going to put a semicolon, and after that we're going to check if there is a photo, if the photo is not null, if this person has actually put the photo, right? And we have, it would be best if we could cancel this, but I don't know. Okay, yeah, like if you select a photo, you have to like go through with it. You can't like select a photo then cancel, then abort. And it takes a bit of time. I don't know whether it's the phone or the package. It takes a bit of time to load. So, oh yeah, you can cancel from the top. Okay, I don't know. Yeah, you can cancel. Yeah, you can cancel. So if photo is equal to null, if photo is not equal to null, right? We send the message event, but the message event we're going to use is the one with the photo, right? The one where the text is the null. Text is null, but photo has something. So for that we say messaging block. And we're going to add, what we're going to add is the send message event. And remember there are two of them. One has a picture and another one doesn't, or a photo. And that's going to be message, and then we're just going to fill in the fields. And the text in this case is going to be, of course, null, like so. The sender ID, sender name, yeah, okay, we could get the sender name. It's going to be widget.currentUser.name, like so. Sender ID, this is going to be widget.sender ID. Sender ID is the current user, right? So we get the current user dot UID, right? And the after that it's the, what's the next one? The photo, of course. The photo is basically the photo, like so. What's next? The selected. We need to send the image to someone, so we could say widget.selecteduser.uid, like so. So we have that. And text, sender ID, sender name, selected user, and photo. Yeah, basically that's that. Let's give ourselves some commas so that formatter can do its magic for us. Hit that, come down, and we can continue from there. This is Waga from the future. The video you're watching was part of a much longer video. I decided to split them into two. Thank you for watching. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and you can also share the video in social media networks and start the repository on GitHub. Have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video.